I step out of my office and into the lobby. Compelled. Something out here is... It's where I belong. We were made for each other, and being anywhere else feels unnatural. Or it would, if I had ever been anywhere else. All I know is the hotel. It extends endlessly beyond these walls, my lobby walls, as familiar to me as my own face. Unlike my face, the lobby has changed many, many times. The hotel has an accommodating flexibility that makes each and every guest feel welcome. No matter what shape it assumes, I also feel its welcoming wreath. The crisp air keeps a respectful distance from my skin, so when I glide across the floor, my movements feel frictionless. It moves when I move, and together we fold the petals of our trap around the countless dead in service to only ourselves. I open the guest book and run my hands along its sharkskin rough pages, trying to feel the shape of the next name that gets written within. I try to imagine the guest's silhouette floating over the lobby tiles from the front door. What's beyond those doors? And what do the guests bring in here with them? Do they leave anything behind here after they're gone? They don't even leave their name behind. If they bother to use their real name when they sign in. The first line on the page is always blank when the next guest arrives. I can sometimes hear them, though, as if they're still here. Sometimes, during the half-imagined blinks between the hotel taking a new shape, I can hear them crying out and pleading. Phosphate screams that fade before I can quite hear them fully. They echo off of nothing, silently. Even my dimly lit lobby has its own echoes. The banks of elevators are partially obscured by the dark green lobby couch set. The hallways leading off are empty of everything but shifting shadows. But somewhere in here, behind the polished brass and perfumed cushions and ashtrays tinged with rust, was something else. One of these shadows has been watching me. Watching me from above. Something was not in this lobby, and then suddenly something was in this lobby, and I could feel it inside with me. The hotel and I were not alone. And I always know when there's a guest. Whatever is in here knows me, knows what I'm capable of when I'm in here, when it's in here. Something in my mind, not just my hotel. I can almost remember, and I rub my tingling face with a sharkskin rough hand. What is it? Something inside me, something seeing me, something I could never escape. The shadows in the halls creep out into the lobby like rolling fog, and the sickly green lights mounted into the wall make everything else pale and waif. I step away from my office, the desk. I turn my back on the front door. Nothing out there could... Out there. Something happened out there. Something happened to me and I forgot. I don't think I want to remember. The lights dim bombastically, and I take another step towards the creeping shadows. They threaten the sofa set like sea foam at the rocks, and I know if I wade into them, I'll feel the same chill. I step between the low couches and chairs, placidly staring at each other. The elevator doors open, and nothing gets off, so the doors wobble closed slowly, chewing the dark shadows that are folding their way around the corner. Something that's familiar with pain and horror is coming. Something that's suffocating the room. I can't see the halls anymore. I can't see the elevator bank. The darkness is resting its fingers on the sofa back cushions. I can feel them wrapping around the lobby, cutting me off from the front doors. I watch the shadows pulse over the furniture, finally closing me off from the desk in my office. When the green light is almost gone entirely, I feel it touch me. It starts at my knees, much higher than I expected. The shadows travel quickly, and the cold I expected to feel wasn't there. The sharp, icy shadows only looked like they would cut. Instead, it folded me up in the dark warmth of the heart of the world. And all that was left was me and...
Beg your pardon, ma'am. I hope I'm not late. The Hotel was created and produced by Veronica, California, and Mark Whitten, starring Kelly Nienaltowski as the manager, Mark Whitten as the lobby boy, Graham Rowat as the owner, and Christa Lewis. Music by Lauren Picorni, West Rodri, and special guest composer Zach Tatom-Drake. And produced by Pacific Obadiah.